Hey guys, welcome back to Mike Foster Outdoors again. I'm just out here in the boat rigging up a little bit of tackle, getting ready for a tournament tomorrow. I'm gonna work all night, fish, and then go back to work. So I got all my gear rigged up, and I just wanted to talk about, this is more like a tip video. One of my favorite styles of fishing, as you guys probably most of you know, I like throwing a tube. I like to throw a stupid tube rig a lot, but there's some other things I do to it as well that might help you guys get a few more bites in tough situations. But with this water starting to cool back down, those fish, once they get done chasing these shad everywhere, also they will start getting on the crawdad bite again. That seems to turn on here in Indiana pretty good when the water gets up there around the upper 50s. You can keep that tube in your hand and get some pretty good bites. So anyways, like I said, I just wanted to share with you guys a few things that I do. It helps me get a few bites, I believe, where some other guys may not be. So first off, like I said, you guys all know I like throwing the stupid tube rig. There's a little snack daddy. I'll put a link to the video up here for how to rig this stupid tube. But as you can see right there, if that fish bites down on that at all, it's going to get the hook. But if it don't bite on it, it's totally weedless. This thing has a dart and glide that it's just different from other baits. It comes over a lay down and it just kind of glides down. So that's probably my #1 way that I'll fish a tube. I also Texas rig it some, and then there's another way I rig it as well. We'll get to that in a minute. One thing that can be really important, and they make all sorts of different colors of this dye, chartreuse orange, and then this is like a blue, to dip the tentacles. See if I got an old tube down here. But you dip the little tentacles on your tube. Some days they want it, some days they don't. Kind of gotta, you know, it's like a lot of other fishing styles, you gotta let the fish tell you what they want for that particular day. But once you key in on it, you know, it can really change your day in a hurry. Another style, how I fish a tube, and this is played for me more like in the summertime when it's kind of hot and the fish are in a super finicky mood. This is just like a swim tube jig right here. Notice it's got the 90-degree line tie. So you just feed it in your tube. A lot of guys up north fish them like this for smallies and stuff. Pop your line tie through, and when that fish comes up behind it, they're going to get that hook point in the roof of the mouth. It's almost always, they're almost always hooked in the roof of the mouth with this style. So this is like, you know, maybe throw like an 1/8 ounce on riprap, 45-degree banks. You know, sometimes them fish will sit down there where the riprap stops, and then it just goes a natural bottom. And this thing, even the stupid tube has a unique glide, but this, you just kind of lift it, and then when it hits bottom, you lift it up again, and it looks just like a minnow or a little bait fish swimming around. I was fishing with a friend of mine a couple years ago, and we were having a real tough day, and he didn't believe that this would get bites opposed to a stupid tube. And I tied this on and started catching fish almost instantly, and about 3 fish in, he tied one on as well. So that's just another way that you guys can maybe pick up a few more bites when the fishing's really tough. and you can dip the tips on that as well. And then I had another thing. So this is something I just started doing here not long ago. But any of you guys that's ever fished tubes, sometimes it seems like, at least to me, when you caught a lot of fish on the tube and it's all tore up and teeth marks all over it and stuff, but it seems to still catch fish really good, or maybe even better. So I started taking sandpaper, and if you take sandpaper to a tube, the plastic starts looking muted. Sometimes, you know, the crawdads, they have a muted look. They're not real bright in color, just like a muted green pumpkin. So you can kind of see the difference here, how shiny that one is. This is a used one, but that's one I've caught a bunch of fish on. And I just took a piece of sandpaper, and it don't take much. You just sand that thing back and forth. It kind of gives it a little bit of texture, but it definitely gives it a different color. Basically muted green pumpkin. Also, I wanted to show you some of these real quick while I'm sitting here. This is another thing, and Snack Daddy is the only one that has these. I'll put a link down in the description, video description, for Snack Daddy lures. This is the Elite tube, and then they have the Baby Elite. Get out of here. But you can see that the tips on those tentacles are clear. Now if you're in a situation where you got like really murky water and you need like a vibrant color, like if you're dipping your tubes, that chartreuse or orange or whatever you decide to dip that in, whatever you're using that time of year, that day or whatnot, it'll be so bright and it'll show up really well in that stained water. Or if you don't want that, you can just take them dudes. Now you've got just a plain old green pumpkin tube. So kind of a versatile tube. I normally get a lot of those, and then I can just, if I don't want that, I can shorten them up or take them all the way off or whatever. So anyways guys, when that water gets in the upper 50s, I'll have that tube in my hand a lot, and you can catch fish all the way in the, I've caught them in the low 40s, just dragging it real slow. So I hope some of these tips help you out. Thanks for stopping by the channel. If you're new to the channel, please click that subscribe button, and hopefully we may run the cameras tomorrow and see if we can get a little footage from the derby tomorrow. Till next time, tight lines guys.